The chair of the House Homeland Security Committee, Bennie Thompson. Chairman Thompson, thank you for joining us this morning. I want to get to immigration, but let's begin where we just left off there with Sarah Sanders. She says Democrats should be condemning the remarks of Congresswoman Ilhan Omar.
Well, I saw the speech she gave, and I saw nothing wrong with it. I saw the president's manufactured tweet where he put pieces in there. But, George, we are a nation of laws, a democracy. Free speech is here. And again, I saw nothing wrong with the Congresswoman's speech.
You say you saw nothing wrong with it, but she did characterize, you know, the most deadly attack ever on American soil, terrorist attack ever on American soil, a cold-blooded mass murder, as some people did something. That does seem to downplay the importance or what happened on 9/11, doesn't it?
Oh, there's no question about it. We had over 3,000 people who got killed at that event. So there's nothing to downplay on it. But again, she spoke to it. I think the president is just seizing that moment, manufacturing what he said, and then moving forward with a traditional speech. So I think there are other issues we have to deal with in this country.
So just to be clear on that, though, you agree that characterizing it as some people did something is not the proper way to characterize 9/11?
Well, no question about it. But again, if I look at what the president says on a daily basis, we could criticize him almost by the hour. So for him to take the Congresswoman on is just another one of his, what I think, real simplistic attacks.
Let's move on to this proposal, perhaps, that the president is thinking about to move migrants to sanctuary cities. Do you see any way to do that legally?
No, I don't. More importantly, this is, again, his manufactured chaos that he's created over the last 2 years on the border. This remain in Mexico, the metering, the zero tolerance put in by the Attorney General, all those things have just created this crisis. Before Donald Trump took office, we had a situation that was manageable. We had spikes, but it also went down. But what we have now is a constant pushing of the system so that it doesn't work. This notion that you take foreign aid away from the Northern Triangle countries, clearly that was an investment that had proven to work. So now you take that investment away, and obviously those people in those countries have to leave because of the crime and other things that's occurring. So rather than being punitive, the president has to step up and provide real leadership, which he's failed to do on immigration.
He says he needs Democrats as a partner. And right now, as you point out, the numbers are really climbing. More than 100,000 apprehensions last month, a massive increase to almost 1 million asylum cases right now. What can be done to get this under control?
Well, first of all, everybody talks about Democrats, Republicans getting together. We are absolutely, as Democrats, ready to sit down and talk. But we won't be lectured to by the president. Let's sit down and talk. I chair the Homeland Security Committee. I'm prepared to sit with the White House. If we can get somebody in the leadership at DHS so that we can sit and talk. But right now, we have 8 senior vacancies at the department, so we're kind of in a rudderless situation. We're supposed to meet the secretary on May 1 at the committee. We're not certain now with the acting person whether we'll be able to do that. So the individuals tasked with the responsibility of carrying forth the administration's policy, they're just not soundly in place for this to occur.
But, you know, we're also seeing this series of reports from coming out of Homeland Security, and of course your committee has jurisdiction over Homeland Security, that they've been pushed by the White House, by the president, by White House staffers, including, according to some reports by Stephen Miller, to put in place policies that bend the law, if not break the law. Are you developing information that backs up those contentions?
Well, we don't see Stephen Miller as an expert. He's a young man who has some novel ideas that most Democrats disagree with. But the point that I'd like to make, George, is Democrats are prepared to address this situation. Every financial resource that has been brought forth, Democrats have supported it. We've supported adding more men and women to the border patrol. We've made sure technology was available. But the challenge is when you interpret existing law or when a judge rules against you, the president talks about how bad the judge is. As a nation of laws, co-equal branches of government, the judiciary has a role. So if the president would like to work this out, I'm saying here on your show this morning, we're absolutely ready as Democrats, but he can't decide, I'm not going to talk to Speaker Pelosi, I'm not going to talk to Chairman Nadler, I'm not going to talk to Bennie Thompson, I'm going to go talk to somebody else. That's not how it played. Democrats elected us as leaders, and we're the ones that are expected to go forward with this.
Final question. Do you believe he's upholding his oath to faithfully execute the laws of the United States?
I think it's a real challenge at this point. When I've seen the president talk about violence toward Americans, when I've seen him talk about women, when I've seen him do a number of things that belittle the office of the presidency, I'm real concerned. I have a grandson. I almost have to send him out the room when the president comes on TV because I don't know what's going to come out of his mouth.
Congressman, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.